I know what you want, Chet. You want more things from me, don't you? You want to have more little objects and items, in which case I am more than happy to oblige, as a way to thank you all for being on my Kingdom Hearts stream and for also allowing me to show up 2 hours late today. I'm doing a little giveaway for a sticker from my Fourth Wall shop. So, my precious little church, you have a minute to click to enter the giveaway, and then you will have a little sticker for yourself. Good luck. Hope you get it. Straight out of my pocket, simply because I love you all and I appreciate you all for waiting for me today. So, as a token of my thank yous and my gratitudes, I hope whoever wins the sticker has a good time. Oh, it was Miso! Miso won the sticker! Yay! Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all today? I hope that you are well. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. How are you all today? Yay! I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Thank you for allowing me to show up to my stream 2 hours later than I was supposed to. One of my IRL friends needed me. There was a breakup afoot, and so one of my IRL friends needed me to hang out with her today, so I, of course, dropped everything I could to go and hang out with her today. So I do thank you all today for letting me show up a little bit later than I usually would. And as a token of my thank you and also a quick little apology, there's a quick little silly little giveaway for you all. So I hope that you all are having a good day. And in the meantime, please do feel free to update me. How has your day been going? What have you all been up to? Fill me in, guys. How's it going? How are you doing today? Yay, 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 yay! Vivid says Sermon Sunday, yeah? Who's confessing first? I am not requiring you all to confess your sins today. Don't worry, my friend. Brainrot says it's been pretty chill for me as well. Gamer says it's been pretty chill. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Good to hear, everybody. I'm glad that you are all having a nice chill day so far. Vivid says, I know my confession is that I put Monopoly money in the donation basket. How dare you! How dare you! I need that! How do you expect me to get treats for Meow Meow in these conditions? Well, I hope you all are having a good day today. Let's see. Spectre Hollow Chris says, doing good after waking up for a 12-hour nap. 12-hour nap?! Jesus Christ, dude! In what world is that a mere nap? Though, honestly, I wish I could fucking do that. Shit! Welcome to the church, Yoko VRO. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. Hello, hello, hello! Hello, everybody. How is your Sunday going? I hope that you're having a good day. If you did not win the giveaway today, I run my giveaways from my Fourth Wall store, but if you would like to support me in a way different from subscribing and you want to have a silly little piece of May, you can check out my Fourth Wall store. Never any pressure to do so. I just wanted to do a quick little giveaway, just as a token of my thanks and as an apology for being 2 hours late. Let me see. Vivid says, 7 streams, yippee! Yay! Thank you for being here as often as you are. Let me see here. What did I do today? Oh yeah, so I hung out with my friend and I went to this place that has like waffle sandwiches. And I will be okay, hold on. I'm going to do a quick little poll here. All right, it's poll time. I'm going to be asking you guys a very, very important question. Pancakes or waffles? I'll put pancakes and then I'll put waffles. Duration, 2 minutes. I want to know your thoughts. Do you guys like pancakes more or waffles more? Because today, I went to a cafe that they had waffle sandwiches, which is not something that I've ever really eaten before. And in all honesty, not anything I ever really had a desire to eat either, as I've never really been a waffle girly. I've always been a pancake girly. And I also had like a savory waffle sandwich. It was like chicken, cheese, avocado, tomato. I think that's it. I think that's it. And it came with like a salad on the side. But like the whole time I was eating the waffle sandwich, I was like, I kind of just wish this was a regular ass fucking sandwich. Not gonna lie, but it was still good. It was unique. It was tasty. But I think we talked about this in my last Sunday sermon, as I'm not really a big like breakfast food girly. But I will adventure. I will be adventurous. I will have a waffle sandwich if my friend so pleases. Let me see here. A legal citizen says I'm doing good, building a Game Boy Lego set. Oh, that sounds awesome! I was working on the Milky Way Lego set that I've been working on since August. Been working on that one for a hot fucking minute. Brainrot says I do love some good pancakes. Yes, sir. That's my man. I'm dapping you up. One Arm says, if we think about it, waffles are pancakes, but more square. I think there's something texturally about, like, waffles that, like, they're harder for me to eat. I'm gonna tell you guys something, and you have to promise me that you're not gonna take it the wrong way. Do I have a promise? All right. I don't have a pinky promise, but you just have to take my prayer hands and pretend that we are doing a pinky promise. All right. Brain rot promises. I'll take that for now. I have a very small mouth, and it makes it hard to eat most things. And so waffles are, like, cumbersome to eat because the texture of waffles is that they're supposed to be big and fluffy. And I've never been that much of a... Oh, the poll is over. Waffles won the poll. You sick, perverted sons of bitches. Waffles are for whores! That's why they start with a W. Didn't you know? So if you voted for waffles, sorry man, you're a whore. You have to deal with it for the rest of your life. I hope you get lots of dick. Anyway, I feel like the texture of waffles, they're just big and it makes it cumbersome to eat. I prefer pancakes because they're thin and they require no extra effort to eat. I'm a pancake girl if I have to have a breakfast food. Let me see. Brainrot says that's totally fair. Thank you. Spectre Hollow Chris says, ha. Fair, thank you. Cuddly Ghost says can't have either. Oh, that sucks. Are you gluten-free? I do apologize. Gamer says, whoa, I have waffles every morning. What the fuck? Sorry, man. You're a whore. That's all I have to say. But I don't know. As you know, I am not that big of a waffle girly, or a breakfast girly to begin with. We just talked about this last weekend. But anyway, and then after I went to like this waffle dessert, this waffle kind of breakfast place, and I went to a local store in Vegas where they have like a little artist alley, and they have, get this. They had a sticker of the Phantom of the Opera there, and it was so cool because I never found like fan-made merchandise of the Phantom of the Opera, so that was really cool, and I had like a little moment just by myself. I had to try very hard not to go, the Phantom of the Opera, really loud, which I did do, but not that loud. I was able to subdue myself, so only my friend could hear me from like an aisle away. But ignore that part. I'm someone who I get really excited about the things I like, and it's pretty hard for me to restrain myself when it comes to things I like. Brainrush says that is pretty sick. Cosmic Fluff is a very fun store. If you guys are ever in Vegas, I highly recommend going. They usually have a lot of VTuber merchandise there too. So like one of my vague, pipe dream VTuber dreams is, I don't know when I will ever, get to the position where I have like fan art, but one of my little pipe dreams is that like I hope one day I go to Cosmic Fluff, which is a store in Las Vegas that has like figures and plushies, typical anime fan fare, but they also have like an artist alley within the store. And I hope that one day I will find like Heavy Metal May merch that I did not commission or put out myself, made by like someone else. That's like one of my little pipe dreams. I would think it would be very cool to find a little thing of me at that store. But you know. Also, welcome to the church, Jackson. I hope you are having a good day. Thank you very much for being here, and welcome to my church. May you be blessed, my friend. May you be blessed. And Gamer says, you think there'd be more since the Phantom of the Opera is considered one of the best stage productions. I mean, yes, and you are so big-brained for saying that. Thank you for being such an intelligent person. For recognizing the beauty and the glory in the Phantom of the Opera. It's very much a 40-year-old woman thing to be into, Like, I don't know. I feel like if you the people that you'll find most obsessed with the Phantom of the Opera are 40-year-old women who like love what's it called? What are they called? Like daytime drama TV show, soap operas. The overlap of audience that likes the Phantom of the Opera and the overlap of audience that likes soap operas, pretty much like one circle, and they're all 40-year-olds. Classy Robin has proven. Oh, hi Robin! Thank you very much for the resub. That's very kind of you. Thank you for being such a devoted member of my church. Classy Robin, may you be extra blessed today, my friend. Thank you. Pumpkin Cat Niche says, you're all amazing and a blessing, top tier and loved. I'm always rooting for you, and I believe in you. I want nothing but amazing things to come your way. Pumpkin Cat Niche also gets blessed today, just for being a nice person to everyone in my church. Amen. May you be blessed, my beloved. I find, though, that, like, the older that I get, the more... So, okay, when I was in high school, even though I was a massive theater kid, I was so fucking embarrassed to be super into the Phantom of the Opera, because it very much is like, you like the Phantom of the Opera if you're 40 years old. Now, it's become kind of like a pop culture, you know, a lot of younger folks like the Phantom of the Opera simply because it has like a very gothic, romantic aesthetic, and a lot of people dig that, which, I mean, hello, look at my look at my stream background, you know? But, so it's less of a shameful thing back then. But, like, back when I was in a theater, if you like the Phantom of the Opera, you may as well be a fucking toddler that's putting a circle shape in a square hole, you know? You may as well be a toddler little baby idiot that doesn't have a brain. If you're, like, in theater, they expect you to like Starlight Express, which is a different Andrew Lloyd Webber show, but is a lot less well-known, other than, like, Jesus Christ Superstar, Phantom of the Opera, Cats, that kind of fare. So, like... If I walked into my theater class back when I was a high schooler and been like, my favorite musical is the Phantom of the Opera, everyone would start throwing tomatoes and rocks at me for being a stupid little idiot that likes the most bog standard musical that has ever been seen. You know, one of the most popular musicals in the entire world. So I will be honest, I don't even remember what I used to tell people what my favorite musical was. Maybe Pippin the Revival or something? I have no idea. But... Anyway, Classy Rama says, 25 stream streak. Thank you very much for being here as often as you are, Robin. You are freaking awesome. Classy Rama says, that's right. It goes in the square hole. Stop. Crazy Ball Man says, greetings and salutation. Hello, Ball Gang. I hope you're having a good day today. Happy Sunday to you and everyone else as well. Let me see. Thank you. But yeah, essentially, I just get very excited to see anything Phantom of the Opera, like, anywhere. I'm a very, very big fan. I'll boil it down to that. And then afterwards, after we went to Cosmic Fluff, we went and got matcha, which... another poll here. And I know I've talked about this before, but I don't think I did a poll. Do you like matcha? Hold on. Going for a lot of interactivity today, apparently. Yes or no? And this one will only be 1 minute. I will give you less time so I can talk about it quicker. Welcome to the church, Petrovirus. I hope you are having a good day. May you be blessed. And also, hello! Thank you for being here. Okay, so there is a place in Vegas called Matcha Cafe Maiko, and a very long time ago they just had like their own store, and then a couple of years ago after the pandemic they rebranded from Matcha Cafe Maiko into a place called Urban Matcha, which is very good, and rebranding is not like unheard of. But anyway, Matcha Cafe Maiko revived themselves from the grave, and they brought back another store that is just Matcha Cafe Maiko and not Urban Matcha, and so they reopened, and I was super fucking excited to go. And so I have a little matcha drinky with me today. So not only am I drinking water, but I'm drinking matcha from Matcha Cafe Maiko. And let me see. Yep, delicious. Just as delicious as I remember, I would say. Okay, so it seems, so the poll results are in. Do you like matcha? It is a 50-50 split of yes and no. So, a kind of middle of the road. Some of you like matcha, some of you hate matcha. And I find that is quite, normal. TB freaking H. Not, like you either love it or you hate it, and I feel like that's a very honestly I kind of should have expected that it would be a half and half poll. Let me see. Brain Rot says matcha is great but can be fucked up easy, and you know what, you are right. I am very particular about the matcha where I get it. Welcome to the church, Dark Monarch. I hope you have a good day and may you be blessed. Thank you for being here. Why am I getting so many followers today? Hold on, what the fuck did I do? I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little nun. Whoa. Anyway. Petrovirus says, hello, what's your favorite book? I have to tell you something heartbreaking. I haven't read anything voluntarily in like 10 years. And granted, I am trying to change that. I'm trying very hard to change that. I've noticed the older I get, the worse I get about like reading and doing things that would enrich my brain rather than rot it. I think a lot of people have been going through the same thing, but like, I've noticed that my attention span has gotten criminally tiny, very small. When I'm not streaming or playing a video game, something that like requires my active participation, I will just like sit on TikTok and like only watch a TikTok for 2 seconds. And if it's not entertaining in the first 2 seconds, I'm swiping away. And that's like really bad. You know, that's really bad for your brain. So I know that I need to change that. I know that is something that I need to improve upon. And so I've tried to baby step my way back into reading by like doing poetry. But fuck, man. I suck at reading. I really do need to pick up another book. I'm really into like a gothic, you know, literature, things that have like the kind of spooky and dark vibe. So I did buy myself a copy of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein because I was like, if I'm going to read something, I want it to look nice and look nice on my shelf. So I bought like a very nice hardcover version with like a beautiful like velvet cover of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And I read like one chapter and I was like, that was awesome. And now the last time I picked up that book was like a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years now because it's 2026. I fucking suck at reading. And I know that is something that I need to change. But, okay. I'm just talking in circles today, and I'm very sorry about that. The reason that I stopped reading in the first place is that MGamer says, you want to read a book and you chose Frankenstein? I've never actually read it. I've only ever watched movie adaptations of the story. And so I was like, I should read one of the classics. But that is a side note. That is a side note. Dark Monarch says, I'm gonna sleep good to this. You're welcome, Dark Monarch. Enjoy your lurk and do not feel pressured to talk if you are in your sleepy time moment. No worries at all, my friend. But I don't know. I'm just like, I'm stupid, all right? And I wanted to read something that would stimulate me, but not, I don't know, like not be like too crazy out of the way. But even then, I still haven't picked up the book in 2 years. Anyway, back what I was going to say is I stopped reading like 12 years ago because in like early high school, late middle school, I was assigned to read The Hobbit, and I fucking hated The Hobbit. I think that a Tolkien book was just too advanced for my stupid little 14-year-old girl brain. Not saying that 14-year-olds are not intelligent. I'm saying that I, as a 14-year-old, was not intelligent. I was fucking stupid and already brain-rotted at that age. I don't know, and that's an issue that I have to deal with on myself. Welcome to the church, Gleek, or Glee KB. Welcome for being here, and thank you. May you be blessed. Clone Troopers Hez says, hey, we being stupid up in here? Yes. I've been stupid for my life. But anyway. Anyway. I do really I want to get back into reading, but it's just so hard. Once you stop reading, it's very hard to pick a book back up. And that's just been a problem that I've been dealing with for my whole life. I was assigned to read Tolkien, and it sucked the fun out of reading for me when I used to be such a massive bookworm. And so for many years now, I've been trying to pick books back up, and I've just been unable to focus for more than 20 minutes at a time, and it's very bad. Petrovila says, my favorite is Eden by Stanislaw Lem, but I read in my language because I don't know Polish. Understandable. And I mean, honestly, that sounds awesome. Good for you on being well read. I'm trying so hard to get there, I promise. Let me see. Clone Trooper Kev says Audible, and that's a very good call out. I've had a lot of people tell me, if you want to get back into literature, you read audiobooks, right? But I don't know, man. I just want dialogue. Or not dialogue. I don't even know what I want. I don't even know what I want. This bitch doesn't even know what she wants. Classy Robin says, do you like fantasy or pirates? I don't like pirate media very much, and I think I think I struggle with fantasy as well because The Hobbit is what made me fall out of love with reading in the first place. So it's really hard to like put something fantasy in front of me because my brain is already like, kind of reminds me of Tolkien, which I know is not inherent for all of fantasy. I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. Slipknot Guy says, I want to apologize for music Rex. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. That's fine. Again, I apologize. I feel iffy at the moment. Never feel bad for sharing your music. I will say, honestly, music is one of the most joining things that exists in this world. And on that same token, music can also be very divisive. But I think it's really nice that everyone has different tastes. Like, so I went to a K-pop concert on Friday. I have not engaged with anything K-pop in 4 years at the very least. And it was a really fun concert. I had a lot of fun, and the artist played a lot of songs that I listened to back when I was in high school. I really enjoyed that. But like, on that same token, I know that there's a lot of people where if you try to play them a song in a different language, they will inherently reject it. Like my mom and I are both half Mexican. But back when I was a teenager, when I was really into K-pop, and whenever she would hear me listening to K-pop, she would come in my room, say something really racist, and leave. And shit that I don't even want to repeat. And a lot of people were like, even you could listen to something Polish, you could listen to something Spanish, you could listen to something French, you could listen to something Japanese, Korean, Chinese, and there will just be people that inherently don't want to listen to that because it's not something that they understand. But I think that music is kind of a language that you can traverse boundaries beyond. I think it's beautiful, to be able to listen to music in another language. One of my favorite artists is a French, pop EDM artist. His name is Stromae, and I think he creates awesome music, and I don't even fucking like EDM anymore, but I think Stromae is a very talented and very talented musician. And I think it's wonderful to be able to traverse different languages, through music. So no matter how divisive or weird that you think your music recommendations might be, Slipknot Guy, I think that is beautiful in its own way. You are sharing a little piece of your soul and yourself with other people, and I think that's wonderful. Oh, thank you for the little bitties. I appreciate that very much, Dark Monarch. Thank you. Let me scroll up here because I know I went on a little soliloquy about music there. So let me scroll the fuck up real quick. La 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 la. Gleek says, I love your hair and your mode and your color palette. Thank you very much, my dear. That is very kind of you to say. I also like my VTuber. Yay! Let me see. Scrolling down back here, Axel says, hi, my name's Axel. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining my church today, my friend. Brainrot says, I listen to all languages, and honestly, based. I will try my very hardest to never judge someone's music taste based inherently upon the language that it's in, or even the genre that it's in. I think that this world is so beautiful, and there's so many cool things about this world and the art that we give, the music that we create, the movies that we film. There's so many beautiful things in this world where if you can just get past the language barrier, you will be all the richer for doing so. And I'm not saying, hey, pick up a book in Polish, you fucking English-speaking idiot. I'm saying experience German cinema, experience French cinema, experience Spanish video games, experience things from other countries as much as you are able to, whether it's K-pop or Spanish ballads, French EDM, German cinema. I think if you're able to get past the boundaries of language, your brain and your soul will be more nourished just by doing so. And I know what I'm talking about today. In retrospect, my other Sunday sermons might be very boring for you all. I know you guys usually come here for lewd, stupid nun, but for some reason I'm feeling kind of like impassioned today about more I don't know, insightful thing. Maybe it's because I had a deep talk with my friend all day today. But I'm feeling kind of like I need to go on a soliloquy. As if I didn't just create Goon Spear the other night for Scar on her stream. Let's see. Crazy Bald Man says death metal is his own language. And honestly, real. Everyone, pick up some Lorna Shore. Let me see. Brainrot says Slime has some pretty interesting vocals. Indeed. Actually, maybe we should all become well-versed in the language of corn and, a little bit more in our lives. And maybe we will all become more intelligent and the richer for it. Classy Robin says, Mom, make all me an idiot. No, I did not. I would never do that. I would never do that to any of you. I promise. Mwah. Let me see. M Gamer says, May, you made brother cry. You get a penalty. No! No! I'm trying to be insightful and intelligent today. I'm doing my best. I usually, honestly, if this is your first time in if this is your first time in a May stream, this is kind of out of the ordinary for me. I usually sound like a blabbering child. So the fact that I'm kind of strangely insightful today is different. I hope you are all bearing with me on this today, because I usually don't sound smart when I stream. I'm usually the furthest thing from sounding smart when I stream, in all honesty. Brainrot says, my dad has blasted corn my whole life. Hell yeah, brother. Ow. Thank you. Love you. Love you too. Thank you. Hyro Phantom says, yeah, totally. Experiencing all kinds of music and cultures is so worthwhile. I agree. You're so smart, Hyro Phantom. Woo. Anyway. All that is to say, if someone ever judges you for something that you share in a different music genre or a different language or anything like that, tell them to get a bigger fucking brain and grow a larger fucking penis, because if they're letting something as simple as like a music genre or a language stop them from experiencing something that is probably could probably be transformative to their life, tell them to fucking grow a pair. I don't know. Tell them to just try something new for once in their lives and to stop have eggs and bacon for breakfast every morning. I don't know. M Gamer says, corn is meant for eating, not blasting. Welcome to the Church Risen Fog Shrine. I hope you're having a good day and may you be blessed. Amen. Anyway, if you are here for the first time, and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to metal and such, I'm also an aspiring metal vocalist, so do feel free to check out my covers. I also sing sometimes. Anyway, what the fuck else was I talking about? Oh yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about the K-pop concert that I went to on Friday. Welcome to the Church Rain Rosewood. What a lovely name. Welcome to the Church Rain Rosewood. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and thank you very much for being here. And thank you for the stretchy check as well. We can all stretch together, actually. Shrimp check, motherfuckers. Sit the fuck up. Straighten out your spine. Maybe even stretch out your arms a little bit, because that feels fucking awesome. And then sit back down in your chair. Thank you for doing a stretchy check with me. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the K-pop concert that I went to on Friday. I've touched on this a little bit more a couple months ago when I went to an anime convention. I remember when I was younger and I would go to things like concerts or, anime conventions. I've been a weeb, K-pop fan, fucking what have you, for my entire life. And I remember back then, I felt like so grown. I felt that if someone looked at me, they would think I was, grown. And when I was at the K-pop concert and I was looking around, I was realizing a lot of people here are very obviously 15 and 16. And it's just so interesting how age gives you that kind of perspective. Because as soon as I realized that I was surrounded by like 15 and 16-year-olds, I was like, oh, fuck, maybe I'm too old to be here. Same thing when I went to that anime convention a couple months ago. I was like, oh, fuck. Maybe I'm old. But honestly, life is too short to feel judged for anything. Like anime until the day you die. I'm gonna be dying with my Evangelion and Revolutionary Utena tattoos, thank you. And I even plan to get more anime tattoos. Be weird until you die. You have one life, and it is too short to not be authentically yourself, motherfucker. Anyway. Hyro Phantom says, I went to KCON 2019. I had a good spread of ages around me. And you know what? Like, even though I was looking around at that concert on Friday and I noticed that there were a lot of younger kids, around me, there was also a lot of like older people there as well. In fact, I was sitting next to a family. It looked like a grandma, a mom, and a daughter. So all ranges of the age spectrum there. I assumed that the grandma and the mom were just accompanying the slightly younger looking daughter to the concert, right? And then one time the grandma raised her phone to take a picture, and she had a Baekhyun, which is another K-pop idol. She had a Baekhyun phone background. So I was like, oh, this grandma real as fuck. This grandma real as fuck. She also into K-pop. Shit. So that was kind of fun. I thought that was kind of sweet, actually. I like seeing that niches like K-pop and metal and anything could be enjoyed by someone of any age. And I really like that, actually. Hyper Phantom says, yeah, no such thing as a guilty pleasure if you don't feel guilt. Exactly, my king! Though I will say, a couple years ago, when I was first starting to date Church IT Tech, who is my partner and is sitting beside me, actually, because we share an office space, we went to, like, a boba place, and they had board games that you could board games that were like very conversational, things like that. And there was like a card that was pinpoint this person's guilty pleasure, and one of Church IT Tech's friends gets me on that card, and he goes, "You look like your guilty pleasure would be Oran High School Host Club," and I wanted to die instantly because he was so right. I fucking loved Oran High School Host Club to death when I was in high school, and then also even as a fully grown adult, I think Oran High School Host Club is so stupid, and I like it for being stupid. I think more people should like stupid fucking anime, alright? I think you should find the dumbest anime bullshit in your life that you've ever read or seen and love it unapologetically. Do whatever the fuck you want, because you only have one life. Be cringe, be free. That's why I'm a VTuber. I'm cringe and free, baby. Anyway, my god. M Gamer says, Nichijou, honestly, good anime. And honestly, that's not even cringe. Though I do understand how people can look at Nichijou and be like, that looks weird. But Nichijou is a very good comedy anime if you've never watched it. Hyper Phantom says, I find you have to balance the good media with bad media. That's true, because if if your like top favorite movies are the same as the top 5 on IMDb, everyone's going to think that you are the most boring person in the world. You gotta have at least one weird fucking thing that you like in order to be normal. Hello, best grain of sand. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for being here. Hello. Tell me, everyone, actually, let me know right now, what is your biggest guilty pleasure show, book, movie, anything? I'd love to hear about it. Tell me now, favorite guilty pleasure thing. For my whole entire life, it was the Phantom of the Opera or, any random ass anime. I will say, as an adult, though, I find the anime that gives me the most eyebrows when I mention it, that's one of my favorites, is Kill la Kill. I fucking adore Kill la Kill. I think it is so fucking stupid anime bullshit, but it is so fun. It is so good at being stupid anime bullshit. But I find the older I get, more people raise the brow at me and go, aren't the naked girls like 16? And I understand where they're coming from, but with anime, you just have to understand that it's all anime ages. There's definitely a line there, all right? I do think that if your character is 12 years old and is being sexualized to all hell, I also would raise an eyebrow at that. But I think shows like Kill la Kill that have something to say, no matter how stupid it is, deserve to not be looked at, with a raised eyebrow just because the main character is age 16 years old. I promise. All right, let me go back and read chat here. M Gamer says Nichijou is literally random bullshit the anime, and you're real for that, and it's very funny for being that. Hyper Phantom says Nichijou was the best waste of a budget, but I'll be damned if it wasn't fun to watch. There is a new anime series from the same producers of Nichijou. It's called City the Animation. I have not gotten around to watching it myself, but I do want to watch it. Let me see. Gleek says Back to the Future and Home Alone and Death Note. And honestly, real as shit for that. Real as fuck for that. Let me see. Doc Martin says Assassination Classroom, the anime. Ah, yes. Ass Class. I see. Also, thank you for the resub, Tyrone Hambone. Sorry you missed the giveaway, man. It was a sticker today. But hi, Tyrone Hambone. Thank you for resubbing, and I appreciate you for being here. May you be blessed. Amen, motherfucker. Calico says, hello. Hi, Calico. How are you, my dear? M Gamer says, I'm watching that one, actually. It's funny. Osh, City the Animation? Hell yeah, brother. I need to get around to watching that. Best Creative Sand says, I don't know, Twin Binding of Isaac for random shit and Hellsing Ultimate for anime. Good picks. I need to get around to playing Binding of Isaac, actually. I do want to play it. I want to get into more roguelites, because I just finished Hades 2. I actually 100%ed the achievements of Hades 2, and I've been dying to play a game like Hades and Hades 2. Unfortunately, I guess I can't fucking do that, because Hades is the first game that's like Hades. So, but I do want to play more roguelikes, and Binding of Isaac is definitely high up there when people recommend other similar games. Also, bye, Glee! Hope you have a good day. Thank you for being here. And Gorian says, good day, milady. Hello! How are you, my friend? Nice to see you here, my friend. Calico says, I must away. Okay. Goodbye, Calico. Hi and bye to you as well. Tyrone says, I love Isaac. Yeah, I know. I see you playing it, bud. Tyrone says, I'm at 477 out of 641 achievements. 641 achievements? That's fucking crazy. Wow. That's a lot of fucking achievements. Jesus Christ. Well, have fun. But I will say I also do want to play Binding of Isaac. That does seem like a very fun game. Let me see. Brainwash says, I actually enjoyed the first Silent Hill movie. A rare opinion, apparently. But I honestly, be cringe, be free. Hell yeah to you, Brain Rot. Rain Rosewood says, I grew up with YouTube when it had full episodes of Elven Lied and Future Diary. God, I think about that shit all the fucking time, and I miss it. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day in like 2009 when anime would be uploaded onto YouTube, where one episode would be in like 32 parts because they could only upload like a minute or two at a time, and you had to watch every single episode by clicking on the next part to that episode, and it would be another 2 minutes, and then you would click on the next part to that episode. That is how I watched Ouran High School Host Club back in the fucking day, dog, and I miss it, man. God, I'm old. But I do think that I watched Elven Lied on YouTube. I honestly, I think I also had that I had that experience with you. None of us are original. None of us are original, dog. M Gamer says, the Binding of Isaac is one of the hardest and biggest pains in the ass games in existence. I mean, sounds fun. I'm in. That sounds nice. Fuck yeah. Why not? Let me see. Best Grain of Sand says, sounds like you need to get dead gods sooner. What? Whoa, huh? My God. Anyway, Hierophant says, I watched Eureka 7 on pirate sites in 7-minute segments. Damn. Yeah, but I will say, thank God pirating is so much easier these days. I will say that. Mwah. I don't know how much I should talk about pirating on stream, but hey, at least it's fucking easier these days. Oh, follower goal met. Well, thank you very much for being 1,100, Calico the Bandit. I appreciate you very much for being here, and welcome to the church, everyone. Thank you for being here. Oh my God, 1,100? That's crazy. I posted about this on Twitter yesterday, but this time last year, literally January 18th, 2025, I was celebrating getting 50 followers, and just now I hit 1,100 followers, which is 1,050 more followers than I had this time last year. I don't know why I have, the audience I do, but I do sincerely thank you all for being here, literally on the same day. So I thank you all very much for being here. The time you spend with me is very precious nonetheless. So, yeah, thanks, dog. Thanks, dog. I appreciate you all for being here. Whether you are here in the first 50 followers or you're here in the 1,000 followers, you are appreciated nonetheless. Anyway. Let me scroll up here and see what you guys said. Let me get off of my soapbox here. Let me see. Tyrone says, I've been trying. I've been going for a year. Good luck on your achievement grind, buddy. I'm praying for you. M Gamer says play Cuphead as well. I do want to play Cuphead, but it does seem hard. But I am goated now. Though I will say, I think the next challenge for me in terms of gaming will probably be Metroidvanias, because I've tried to play a variety of Metroidvanias and I dropped all of them because they were too hard for me. So I think Metroidvanias will probably be the next thing that I attempt to get good at off of stream, because I do play a lot of games off stream, just cause I'm a hashtag gamer and I want to make sure that I stay goated. All right. Hi Zio, how are you, my love? Hello. Let me see. M Gamer says, do I need to list the reasons to make you cry again? No, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, I promise. Higher Phantom says, not a roguelike or a road light, but if you need a good game to play, play Blasphemous is my favorite. Spanish dev team and full of religious iconography. A religious iconography? Look at my stream, buddy. I'm all over it. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see. M Gamer says Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I have been watching the Castlevania Netflix show. We blitzed through season 4 last night. I have 2 episodes left of Castlevania season 4 to watch. But I really have been enjoying it. I would like to play a Castlevania game at some point. Don't know if it'll be something I stream, but I do very much want to play a Castlevania game. Zio says, doing good. Hell yeah. Brainrot says, made the gamer. Yeah, I'm pretty gamer. I will say that I like to play video games and I'm pretty gamer. McHoney says, a mamer, if you will. Oh. So smart. So goated. Also, give me a moment. I gotta blow my nose like crazy. So I need to blow my nose. Give me a second. Might as well call me the Green Album because I've been fucking sneezer lately. Anyway, sorry. If you don't get that I just made a Weezer joke, I apologize. I'm gonna blow my nose now. I'll be back in like a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I'm not sure if you can even hear it. I have a pretty good mic now. Anyway, if you are just walking in today, what have you guys been up to this fine weekend? Loop me in on your weekend. I hope that you had a very fun and interesting weekend. For me, I went to a K-pop concert on Friday. I went and saw Taemin, who was a member of SHINee, and also just left SM Entertainment, which was wild to me. But I went to a K-pop concert on Friday, and then I was on the strip until like 2 a.m., which was fucking crazy. Because even though I've lived in Las Vegas my whole entire life, I've never been on the strip that late. Because I'm just not like a party person, I guess. I'm very much a homebody. There's a reason I'm a VTuber. I don't fucking like going out to like bar areas or party areas. So the fact that I was on the strip like after midnight on Friday was like fucking crazy. And in all honesty, I guess I kind of understand what people meant when they're saying that Vegas is dying. Because when I hear about, like, my friends going to the strip and being out super late, they make it sound super interesting. Like they were, like they were partying all night. And when I was on the strip at, like, midnight the other night on a Friday, there was really not fucking anybody out. I will be honest. Welcome to the church, Mystic Zealot. May you be blessed, and I hope you are well. Thank you for being here, my friend. But it was weird, man. There was not fucking anybody on the strip. Let me see. Mystic Zealot says, hello. Oh, shit. Oh, no, I have 3R! Sorry, I accidentally pressed 2 toggles at the same time. Hello! And Gorian says, yo, I'm an indie person too. Mikoni says, the creature. No, I'm not the creature. I promise. Just because I have a lot of mouths doesn't mean I'm the creature. I promise. Here, let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see more of my outfit. Since I have so many new joiners into the church today, let me give you my soliloquy from a little bit away. Zio says, May, guess what? Yes. What's good? What have you to say, my dear? Oh, meow meow. Hi, meow meow. Sorry, meow meow's here. Zio says chicken butt. All right. Kill yourself. Kill yourself now. Mystic Zealot says, are all of those mouths functional? That's for me to know and for you to find out, baby. Anyway, so that's a separate conversation. And Gorian says, wait, where are they talking about the creature from the feature? Featuring the creature feature? Absolutely, my friend. Mystic Zella says, well, gladly we'll find out. Ah, jeez. Don't tell him about the lewd art in the Discord. Anyway. Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to blow my nose again. I apologize. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I got the worst of it out of me, I think. Hi. Zio says, guys, May can't be evil. She's too much of a cutie patootie to be evil. Hi. Me? Me? I'm a cutie patootie? Oh, stop. Anyway, thank you. And Gorian instantly put, Discord. Give me the loot art. That is so fucking funny. All right. Anyway, my God. Honestly, the power of lust can truly do so much to make people do stuff. I will say, like back when I was single, the power of lust honestly is a very powerful fucking tool, man. Mikuni says the toggles are getting their ego strokes today for real. Yeah, I do not use either of these toggles very much. I have this toggle, which I mostly use for karaoke, and then I have this toggle, which is supposed to be like a hee ooh woo kind of toggle, but I don't really use it that often. Honestly, the toggle that gets the most use is this one. Hold on. There we go. This is my most popular toggle. They really like it when I do this, and I also do this. Hold on. Everyone really likes the bald toggle and the blomp toggle. Anyway, I broke my hat again. Anyway. Zio says, and as a nun, you can't commit to lust, right, May? This is my church. I can do what I want. Anyway. M Gamer says, oh, and I started Kingdom Hearts 2 over again because of you. Ooh, I hope you have a lot of fun, my friend. Enjoy your Kingdom Hearts 2 re-experience. I'll get to playing the other Kingdom Hearts soon, I promise. I just gotta do a one-off horror game stream first. And that will be next Friday, because I am going to a orchestra concert next weekend, actually. I'm going to go to a Final Fantasy 14 and 16 music concert, and I'm very excited for that. I don't know how many of you are into, like, orchestral concerts, but I really do recommend that you guys go and see an orchestra for yourselves someday, because it really is a very enriching experience, and I do hope that you guys get to experience that for yourselves one day. The power of music is very wonderful. Anyway. Hyra Phantom says, it's only a sin if you overindulge. That's right. Everything in moderation, my dear gooners. Everything in moderation. M Gamer says, Final Fantasy concert hype! Yes, sir! I'm very much looking forward to going. I think it'll be wonderful. I know a lot of people did not like Final Fantasy 16 very much for a variety of reasons. I think it's entirely your decision. But I will say this. Final Fantasy gamers are some of the, like, they're honestly, like, the least, like, amiable fandom I've, like, ever been a part of. Final Fantasy gamers, like, fucking hate Final Fantasy for some reason. No new game in the Final Fantasy franchise can do things correctly by Final Fantasy fans. And I feel... So, I've been seeing a lot of, like, after Final Fantasy 16 came out, I saw a lot of people saying that, like, Final Fantasy will die if they keep doing these live-action combat games, and Final Fantasy 17 needs to return to form in being a turn-based game, or Final Fantasy may as well be dead. But, like, on God, dude, most modern gamers do not really fuck with turn-based games. Most modern gamers aren't gonna try to pick up a strategy or a turn-based game. You pretty much have to do live-action combats if you want your video games to be, you know, widely palatable. That's just kind of like the facts. So I don't think Final Fantasy will ever have a proper, quote-unquote, return to form to being turn-based. Because that's just not really what, like, gamers are looking for anymore, you know? At least widely, of course. Let me look and see. Let me see here. Mikani says, okay, so the most powerful things in life are lust and music. Yup. Exactly, and I stand on business. And Gamer says, Final Fantasy 16 was awesome. I agree. Kagirl says, Final Fantasy 16 is one of my favorites. Me too, but I've also only played 3 Final Fantasy games, so I feel like I feel like my opinion is not as valid as yours, probably. Ryan Stamper says, I liked Final Fantasy 16. I didn't like Final Fantasy 15, though, which is fair. Kagrill says, correction, tourists hate Final Fantasy fans enjoy the games. I feel like that's fair. McCunny says, a lot of people don't like turn-based games. Yeah, you're right. And so I'm a big Yakuza fan. I've been a big, Yakuza fan for the past, 5 years. And I saw how people treated the Like a Dragon franchise when Yakuza pivoted from being live-action combat to being turn-based. And while Yakuza fans love the change, a lot of people don't really engage with the new Yakuza games because they're not really live-action combat anymore. They're more turn-based than anything else. And I think that's something that Yakuza fans are just gonna have to deal with. The games are kind of gonna sell a little bit less than they would have if they were just straight up live action combat. But I don't know, man. I think that the turn based formula that RGG has pivoted to is good for the games, because I think after 6-7 live action combat games they needed. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear meow meow? Meow meow! Hi, baby! Oh, hold on, she's meowing really loud. Can you guys hear her? Meow meow! Come here. You wanna say hi? I'm gonna try to pick her up and see if she says hi to everybody. Meow meow! Come here. Come here. Come here. Ugh. Did you hear her? Oh, everybody, she said a hi. See, guys, I told you Meow Meow was real. I've been telling you guys for so long that Meow Meow is real. Believe me. Believe me. Okay. Seth Lane says, can we see Kitty? I do not have a webcam, but I can pull up a picture for you. Give me a second. Let me do that real quick. I do have pictures of Meow Meow on my computer that I can share with you. Okay, so here's a picture from Christmas of Meow Meow. There we go. This is Meow Meow. This is my kitty. I don't have a webcam, so I apologize. I can't show you Meow Meow live. But this is Meow Meow. Willie B says, Wiley B says, show pussy. Yeah, this is my pussy. This is my kitty cat. She's pretty awesome. I took this picture for Christmas. You can see the Christmas tree in the background. But isn't she so cute? That's my beautiful baby. She wants attention really bad today. That's why she's meowing. I'm sorry, Meow Meow. I'll play with you after stream, I promise. But yeah, that's my cat. And if you like kitties, I do share a lot of pictures of Meow Meow in my Discord. So if that is something that you are theoretically interested in, here, hold on. Discord. If you're interested in joining that, I do post a lot of pictures of Meow Meow in my server. Seth Lane says, nice. Have you watched Horimiya? Ooh, I don't think you're gonna like my opinion very much on Horimiya. So, I understand why people liked Horimiya, but I will say, I thought the chemistry between the characters was kind of boring. I will be honest. I understand why people love Horimiya. It's because it's more realistic in terms of romance anime. But I just didn't find the characters themselves inherently interesting. And I think anime needs to be a little bit out there in order to be fun, I guess. Because I don't know. Something about Horimiya was just kind of boring to me. But that's my problem, And that's my opinion on anime. My opinion is not the end-all, be-all opinion. Seth Lane says, yes, but I stay for comedy. I mean, in that case, there's plenty of better rom-com anime. Have you ever seen Kaguya-sama Love is War? Because lately, that's been my end-all, be-all rom-com anime. I fucking love Kaguya-sama Love is War. And also, the openings to that anime, fucking banger! They're awesome. And if you've not watched it, it's impeccable. Seth Lane said, my first romance was Golden Time. My first romance anime, proper romance anime, was Toradora. I'm old. My first proper romance anime was Toradora, and it still has a very strong place in my heart. Is it a very comedic anime? No, but I'm quite fond of it even still. I do want to get a Taiga figure, because she was one of my first, romance anime protag girls, and I do like her a lot still. Hyro Phantom says Toradora was my first. Me too! Hyro Phantom says, it's so dramatic and whimsical. Yes! I agree. Ryan Stamper says, yes! Toradora Club! Very beloved, quite old romance anime. There's a couple more romance anime that are very funny that I also like Chunibyo, is a very good kind of rom-com anime. That one is from Kyoto Animation, so it's gonna look beautiful when you're watching it. So if you're looking for a rom-com anime in particular, highly suggest Kaguya-sama Love is War. Highly suggest Chunibyo Love and Other Delusions. That's the full title of the show. What else? Seth Lane says, I'm in ads. Can you explain it to me? I'm so sorry. Let me know when you're out of ads. I am Banhammer said, my favorite anime intro is probably the intro to Broken Blade. I'm so sorry. I mean, I have an Evangelion tattoo. You could probably fucking guess. My favorite anime opening is still the Neon Genesis Evangelion opening. I fucking love the NGE opening. I'm sorry for being bog standard. But it's a banger. It's a banger opening. Seth Lane says, when I get back. Okay, so the two romance anime I recommended to you was Kaguya-sama Love is War. That's the anime where whichever character confesses first loses the war. So that's why the show is called Kaguya-sama Love is War. The second romance rom-com anime that I suggested to you was Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. Chunibyo is the, what they call in, Japanese anime is like, middle school syndrome, 7th grade syndrome, where you're very edgy. And the main character of Chunibyo, Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions is the epitome of middle school syndrome. She's super edgy. She is constantly role-playing her own edgy NPC, and she's a very fun character to watch. So those are like the two rom-com animes that I suggest. Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. It's very heartfelt in all actuality. And Kaguya-sama Love is War. They're both very funny and very heartfelt at the end of the day. I love those rom-com animes to death. And older, if you like older anime only, then I would suggest Lovely Complex. That is, I think, an anime from 2007 and is also a very good rom-com. Very old anime fan. I'm sorry for being old. Zio says, oh, May, did you see that Subnautica 2 is in early access coming out this year? That means we can explore the ocean together. That is my worst fear, but I will still do it with you, Zio, my beloved. I still need to play the first Subnautica. I'll get there eventually. I am Banhammer said, that's good to listen to even if you don't watch the show. Real. Ryan Stamper says, you're naming all of my favorite romantic animes. That's my man. I'm dapping you up. Fusion Flare says, May, you are my good girl. Kill yourself now! Anyway. Hyro Phantom says, some of the older anime are just better as far as writing goes. Let me see. Also, Lord Sneck, welcome to the church. Welcome to the church. God bless you. Thank you for being here. And when I say God bless you, I mean Symphonia, because this is a non-Christian church. Let me see. Brainrot says the ocean is scary. Dude, the ocean is fucking terrifying. I know a lot of the new people would not know. I am fucking terrified of fish. I fucking hate fish. I hate the way they move. I hate the way they look. I don't want to be anywhere around fish. I've never been to an aquarium. I will probably shit my pants and lose my mind. I hate fish. But I love eating fish. That's the difference. I fucking love sushi. I love salmon. I will eat fish any day of the week. I just can't fucking stand looking at fish. I hate them. I do not want to be around them. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. The ocean has so many fish, and I'm so scared. I do not want to be around fish at all. And a lot of people don't understand me when I say this. Have you ever fucking looked up deep ocean fish? That shit is fucking terrifying. They have so many teeth, and their eyes are so big. Why the fuck would anyone want to look at a deep ocean fish? They're terrifying. I hate them. Lord Sneck says, hello, just killed the angel boss in Night Rain, then checked out Twitch and found this channel. Irony, I guess. It's alright, man. You didn't kill me, so I'll take it. Welcome in, Lord Sneck. I hope you're having a good day. M-Gamer says, so you hate Finding Nemo? So I'm on the fence. So, like, when it comes to animated fish, animation, like, I can kind of deal with it a little bit more. But it's real fish that, like, it just makes my skin crawl. Even when I go to a grocery store and there's, like, if they have, like, an intact fish with, like, the head still on, it will give me the heebie-jeebies, and I will do anything in my power to, like, not look directly at it. Even if it means, like, not buying meat that day. I just fucking can't stand looking at fish. I hate them. They're terrible. And Gorian says, well, if you don't like fish, just know that there's a pet rock out there. That's a fish can still kill you. No. Mystic Zealot says, I've swam in the ocean a couple times. I mean, like, it sounds cool. But, like, I've never been scuba diving because I feel like if a fish swam up against me, my bones would jump out of my skin. And that does not... I don't want a fish to touch me. It sounds terrible. I don't wanna. Let me see. Brainrot says deep ocean fish are basically aliens. I don't wanna. Let me see. Scrolling down. Brainrot says deep ocean fish are basically aliens. Oh, I already read that one. Hee hee, sorry. Somebody did say, oh yeah, I Am Banhammer said, we know more about the surface of the moon than the bottom of the ocean. And that's so fucking scary. The amount of, like, pressure, under the water that we can't even go down there is, like, insane to me. And there's so many fascinating things about the Earth and that we just don't know. That is so cool. I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome that we don't know very much, because that means that there's so much to explore and to learn about in our world and the universe. I just think that's very cool, and I like that. I think it's cool. Scrolling up, Seth Lane says, Ghost Stories I've watched, and I've watched Initial D. Both good. Well, Ghost Stories to a lesser degree. The dub is fun, but also not all of the jokes in the Ghost Story anime are winners. I will say that. And Gorian says, it's in Australia, just look up more. I don't wanna. Thanks, though. Wiley B. Hardigan says, Wikipedia says humans are terrestrial creatures. I'm gonna keep my ass on land. Me the fuck too. No reason for me to go down there, brother. Do not want to be there. Holy fucking shit. I don't know what to do. Oh my god. Whoa. Holy fucking shit. Nice to meet you all. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is May, as in Heavy Metal May. I am an aspiring metal vocalist. So if you are into that kind of thing, which you probably are since you're coming from fucking Zephyriana, thank you so much for being here. I've listened to your covers so much, and I thank you sincerely for checking out my channel and for being here. My name is May, as in Heavy Metal May. I'm an aspiring vocalist, so if you cannot stay around for the stream, please do consider checking out my covers. I'm very new to the metal scene still, but, you know, if you're interested in that kind of thing, I promise I do my very best to try. Zephyriana says, you're so sweet. Thank you. That is that's very nice of you. Holy shit. I don't even know what to do. Thank you very much. So, anyway, today is a Sunday sermon. Sunday sermons are when I just fucking talk about bullshit. We've been talking about, like, deep sea fish, because they're fucking terrifying. We've also talked a lot about anime. We've talked about matcha. We've talked about, dude, we talked about a lot today. We talked about the fact that I don't read, because I'm stupid. Zephyriana says, honestly, you probably know more than I do. It's fair enough. God, Jesus Christ. All right. I'm gonna take a sip of my matcha and get a grip on my, life real quick. Give me a second, please.
Hello. Hi.
Whew. Seth Lane says, thoughts on Asian men. Sexy. I like any men. I also like any woman. Bisexual here. Nice to meet you. My name's May. Let me see. Scrolling up here. Wiley said, they hit the church spire. No, I only have 2 of those. Anyway, can't hit the other one, please. Crazy Ballman says, fun fact, the Greenland shark can live as long as 500 years. That's so terrifying. So, there's so many deep sea ocean fish that, like, if I already said that even going to the grocery store and seeing a live intact fish will make me squeamish. But, like, it is one of my worst nightmares. I've had actually quite a lot of nightmares about being in the ocean and there being fish surrounding me. And I know a fear of fish kind of sounds weird, but I promise you, they're scary. You just have to believe me. Anyway, Tesla said Greenland sharks are super slow and weird, though. I mean, it doesn't matter how slow the son of a bitch is, right? They're still scary. They could probably still, like, kill me if they wanted to. I don't know, man. Doctor of Problem says, make all fish not intact. I agree! Chop them motherfuckers up and serve them to me in a beautiful plate of sashimi, please. I would find that quite delicious. Also, Vessel8, thank you very much for joining my church. May you be blessed, my friend. And also for subscribing. That's very kind of you. May you be blessed. And to all of you as well. May you be blessed. Spiral says, do you get nervous in the fish section of pet stores? Okay, it depends. So the smaller that fish are, the less primal fear that there is that I have of them. The bigger fish get, though, like the bigger that their eyes get, that's when I start to get peeved the fuck out. So I've told this story before, but since a lot of you are new here now, I may as well tell it to you again. When I was a little kid, I went fishing with my dad. I want to say maybe about 5 or 6. And on one of the first fish that I caught, I was reeling the fish back up, right? But I didn't like hook the fish quite well onto the fishing hook. And so when I pulled the fish out of the water, it ripped off of the hook. It ripped off the hook and it flew into my little sundress that I was wearing. And so this fish with no lip that had been flung off of my hook landed in the front of my dress and it flopped there, dying against my chest until it just inevitably died. And none of my family helped me. And so the fear of fish kind of stems from that and being close up to a fish flopping against my bosom until the moment that it breathed its last little fish breath. And so ever since I was a child, fish has given me the crazy little heebie-jeebie. As I'm Immortus says, I just noticed you have another little mouth. Yeah, man, I got mouths all over me. Hold on, let me give you a little look at me here. As you can see, I've got a lot of my little mouths, but I like my little mouthsies. I don't have a toggle for it, but I also can spawn my silly little mouths wherever I want. They help me with my metal vocals and also my harmonies. They're very helpful, all things considered. Thank you, Thank you very much, Wingmates, for the crash landing. I appreciate you all very much. Hi, Gold! How are you today, my friend? Doctor of Problem says, Far Cry 3 gave me an undying fear of fictional sharks at the age of 10. I don't blame you at all. As I'm Immortus says, damn, she can harmonize with herself? I'm jealous. Don't need a Dow at that point. Oh, there's a type of vocalization that's really cool. And I don't know. I think it's called duotone. I want to learn how to do duotone so bad, but I have no idea how to do it. As I'm Immortus says, the Mongolian one. Yes! Yes, you are correct. Oh, also, hold on. As so many of you who are here for the first time. Ow! Thank you. Ow! Ow! Gold says, and good night. It's 2 a.m. I should sleep. Good night, Gold! Thank you for coming in and saying hi. And also, I don't know what I did to deserve a hype train, but thank you very much for that. I'm a pretty small little guy, so it's always appreciated, and you are all very kind for being here. Let me show you my other outfits real quick. I have a modern outfit. I got legs for days. You can't really see a lot of my mouths in this one. But in my ceremonial outfit that I unveiled for my 1-year anniversary, I got quite a lot of the outfits even. So yeah. I ran out. I'm running out of of juice here because I am nervous still. I do apologize. I'm doing my best. Gold says, May is a real life little dwarf. Shut up. Shut up. All right, so when you're a VTuber, I believe that you should take advantage of doing whatever the fuck you want, all right? I may be 4'11" in real life. That doesn't mean that I can't be a tall, beautiful woman in my virtual life, all right? If I'm gonna overcompensate, I'm gonna overcompensate where it counts. And I'm gonna make myself a big, beautiful, tall woman as much as I can. I love the fact that as a VTuber, you can literally be whatever the fuck you want. And I think that's beautiful. As I'm Immortus says, it took me years as a VTuber to realize that myself. If you realized it, you're powerful. I think everyone should do whatever makes them happy. Oh my god, Okami! Hi, Okami! Hello, my beloved! I hope you are having a good day, Okami. How are you, my dear? Mystic Zealous says, fancy outfit. Why, thank you, thank you. Okami says, also the vocal technique thing I call is polyphonic overtone. Yeah, like when you can kind of hit like 2 notes at once, right? That's so fucking cool. And I wish I could learn how to do that, but I can't. I can't yet. Not really in my wheelhouse, but I am always trying to improve my vocals when I can. I am Banhammer says, I know multiple VTubers who are 5 foot or less. Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. I mean, we're all human beings at the end of the day, right? I just prefer to imagine myself as a 5'10" beautiful priest lady and not a 4'11" girl. Anyway, Okami says 2 or more tones on the vocal. Whew, okay. Cosmo says, hi, just finished following you everywhere. Oh, goodness. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, and I appreciate that a lot. Perilyn says, oh my gosh, you have the fancy fit on. Yeah, I just wanted to show everybody real quick. But I promise, I will go back to being nunly, if you all prefer. Because this is my usual form, at least. Dr. Problem says, what if I at 5'9" wish to be 3 feet tall? I mean, power to you if that's the point. But if that is truly what you wish. But like, I have found that there are very little upsides to being a short person. Like when I go to the movies, on the most part, dude, I still have to sit up. Wait, hold on. I just realized the impregnator followed me. Why are you? Why are you here? Getting pregnant is like my worst fear. No! Get out! Get out! Anyway, man, so I don't know if you know, getting pregnant is like so crazy on a woman's body. It is sincerely one of my worst fears, getting pregnant. I do not want to be pregnant in my entire life. Anyway, whoa. Even M Gamer said the impregnator. Sai says my ex didn't either. How dare you, man? How dare you? The Cosmo says his arrival was foretold. No! The impregnator says beware of the future twins. Stay away from my Kochi! I do not want to be pregnant ever in my whole life, but thank you for the offer. Sai says, then she said, make me have your baby, so I did. That's crazy. I could never imagine saying that. I do not want to be pregnant ever. It sounds very scary. Hi, Ray! Okami said, only Mpreg is around here. Honestly, based. Also, so there is a Yuri manga that I read briefly, and I've been looking for it for years. But there's a Yuri manga where, they like somehow got pregnant, but I can't. I read it years ago and I don't remember what it is. But I've been thinking about it and I wish I could go back and like try it, but I don't remember. Hello, Tungsten Rad 47. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the church. Also, thank you for everyone who just joined my church. I appreciate you all very much for being here. As I'm Immortus says, so someone's sound clipping May screaming, stay away from my coochie, right, chat? Oh, no, thank you. But thank you. Let me see. Scrolling down here, because I'm sure I missed something. Parallon says, my friend has been calling straight people breeders. I mean, they're not. You're wrong. They're not wrong. Not in the slightest, actually. I know that like breeding is a kink, right? But like, so let me ask you all this. If listen. All right. If this is your first time in the church, just know sometimes this church is very not safe for work. Don't worry about it. It's my church. I can do whatever the fuck I want. what about breeding is so appealing to people? Because that's something that I've never fully wrapped my head around. As a woman that has never really wanted to be pregnant ever, what about breeding is so attractive to people? There are a lot of kinks that I inherently don't understand. Like, I don't have a foot fetish, but I understand that foot fetishes come from the fact that the part of your brain that recognizes feet is very close to the part of your brain that recognizes pleasure. So I understand how foot fetishes can arise from that kind of thing. But I don't necessarily understand breeding kink. Is it like a claiming thing? Is it the same way that like why people would read like Omegaverse type of stuff? Honestly, I don't know. The Snacky Chan says, howdy. Sorry. As I'm aware, says I plead the fifth for my sake of my VTuber brand. Understandable. Understandable. Scrolling up here, M-Gamer says, the fuck you mean sometimes? I don't know. Sai says, breeder here. What's your question? Why do you like it? I just don't understand. Why do you like it? Stale Toaster says, Twitch sent me here. Hi there, nun lady. What a great first topic about feet. Sorry. Hi, nice to meet you, Stale Toaster. How are you today, my dear? Okami says, oh god, no, not the Omegaverse. Okay, so like as a yaoi and yuri enjoyer, I've just accepted that most fiction that comes out does tend to be Omegaverse. I've accepted that. I will say it's not my favorite thing to read. If there's like a yaoi and yuri out there, I would appreciate it if it was not Omegaverse. But I understand that it's very popular, and more often than not, it will be something that you have to read. So I accept it. But do I like it? Not very much. I don't really understand it. But I do think, like, sorry, this is gross. If your secretions did truly smell like peach or something that, like, very nice, like most Omegaverse fiction would have you believe, that would be nice. That would be nice, in all honesty. That is something from Omegaverse that I would not hate. But most else of things that happen in Omegaverse fiction, not a big fan of. The Snacky Chance is very interesting first impression. Sorry, don't think about it too much. As Immortus says, I don't know what Omegaverse is, and my mods have been trying to protect me from it for some reason. I don't understand what's wrong with a universe involving the Greek alphabet. So if you do not know very much about Omegaverse fiction, it's like a society where there's different, like, kinds of people. There's, like, alphas, there's omegas, sigmas. There's a lot of different kinds of breeds of person, I guess. So if you're like an alpha, you like inherently want to like claim people. If you're an omega, sorry, you're pretty much a bottom. Sigmas kind of lie somewhere in the middle. That's a very brief explanation of what Omegaverse is. If you need a very quick rundown on that kind of thing. Bowtie Production says, Twitch push notifications brought me here. I don't know what conversation I just overheard, but I'm following for sure. Sorry. Wait, hold on. Why is Twitch giving people notifications about me? Did I do something? Hold on. I don't understand. What's going on? Sorry. I'm a pretty small VTuber. I've only been doing this for a year. I was just saying at the beginning of my stream, this time last year, I was celebrating getting 50 followers and the chance at being an affiliate. So if Twitch is sending notifications about me, I don't know what the fuck is going on. What's happening? What's happening? Doctor of Problem says, join stream. None talking about kinks. Did you expect anything differently, my dear? The Snacky Chan says, I'm gonna just lurk and hope y'all have an amazing Yap Fest. That is what the Sunday sermons are, my dear. They are just Yap Fests. But I do stream 4 nights a week, and I typically mostly play games. Sometimes we'll host karaoke. Sunday sermons are typically just yapping. As Immortus says, probably because you got a viewer search because of Zephy's raid. Twitch sees that. Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Bowtie Production says the notification says something like 50 people are currently watching this up-and-coming creator. Me? That's crazy. Sorry. Geez. Well, that's just what happens, I suppose. God, sorry. I've been trying so hard to keep it together this entire time and just go on as I usually would on a yapping stream. But I actually am a little, like, scared right now. I don't think I've ever had this many people watching me. Not even on my debut. So that's nuts. Nice to meet you all. My name is May, as in Heavy Metal May. And if you are just coming in here because of a Twitch notification, I am an aspiring metal vocalist. Feel free to check out my covers or any of my other social medias if you are so inclined. I do, like, make TikToks and shorts and all that other stuff. But, you know, thank you very much for just being here and showing up today. Even if you don't come back, I appreciate you all for giving me a chance. Anyway. As Immortus says, yeah, Twitch new system notices when there's a large CVC differential and tries to use that to boost the channel further. It's an interesting system. okay. Thunderdome says it's all good, May. Just don't mess this up. I fucking started talking about Omegaverse. You think I didn't already fuck it up? Dr. Obama says, I got banded with 50. Can't imagine 50. Dude, I didn't even know what to do. Truly Rose Devil says, sister, I've committed a great sin. Oh, shit. We doing a confession? All right, hold on. I'm ready. What's your confession, my dear? I'm ready to take it. What do you have to confess to Sister May today? What's going on? And in all honesty, if you guys have something to confess as well, feel free. This is a yapping stream. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want here. Thundertome, hi Thundertome! I hope you're having a good day today, my dear. I'm waiting. Truly Rose Devil says, I broke into my neighbor's garden and stole their tulips. That's like an Into the Woods kind of thing, right? Sorry, man. A witch is gonna come out, center stage left even, and they're probably gonna curse you, and she's gonna want your firstborn child. That's just what's gonna happen. So sorry, about your firstborn child, but that's kind of what you get for stealing someone else's produce. Okami says, I have a sin to confess. I'm ready for you as well, Okami, my dearest. What have you? Scrolling up here. Let me take a little look-see. Paralyn says, I also have a confession, but I don't know confession rules. Go for it. No rules. This is my church. Bar none. Let me see. Thank you for following, As I'm Immortus. I hope you have a wonderful day. As Mortis says, hey, you seem pretty cool. Take my follow. Don't be surprised if I stop by with my own channel sometime soon. Of course. I always go through my following at the end of my streams after I've wrapped up. So I will check out everyone who followed me today. And I thank you all very much for being here. Truly Rose Devil says, I've committed another sin. God damn, we got a lot of fucking sins real quick. Hold on. Paralyn says, let me write this down and I'll copy paste in a second. Oh, no. Well, I did write Goon Spear, which I took a monologue from Hamlet and I turned it into gooning. I only did half of it though because I'm quite lazy, but I did make Goon Spear the other day, and people did yell at me for it. DBS Gunner says, "Hi May, how are you? Hi Gunner. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. Thank you very much for being here." And also, welcome to the church, Truly Rose Devil. I appreciate you for being here. May you be blessed, my dear. Okami says, I ended up sleeping on my friend's house and his chihuahua bit my ass. And I accidentally farted on the dog's face and got scared of me, but the dog bit my ass. All right, chat, we're gonna do this the same way that we do the confession booth streams. Does Okami deserve damnation or forgiveness for the sin that they just committed? Hold on, let me go in this mode here. Does Okami deserve damnation or forgiveness? If you if you are a subscriber and you have access to the emotes, feel free to react with one of the emotes. If you do not, feel free to type just damnation or salvation. I have a meter. Whichever passes first whatever passes first gets the meter. Damnation, forgiveness, Okami is innocent. All right. I will give you all another moment here. Damnation. Ooh, we'll see. I am of the opinion that Okami, you did not mean to fart in the dog's face. It is not something that I feel that you deserve lambasting for. If there is something that is going to befall you, my dear, it is that heaven's gates shall open for you at the end of your journey. Girl, you're fine. You didn't mean to fart on the dog's face. That's just life, and it happens. Don't feel bad. You acquitted. As I'm Immortus says, I believe Okami should be forgiven due to the fact that it was a fart in self-defense. You have to acquit. That's fair enough. Truly Rose Devil says, man, what the hell is heaven? I'm of the belief that it is whatever you want it to be. Outside of the bounds of my church, truly, I believe heaven or hell is whatever you make of it. So, listen, be freed with such knowledge. Truly Rose Devil says, I only know damnation, for I'm a devil, which, fair enough. Doctor of Problem says, the Chihuahua might attempt to end your journey prematurely. I don't know how many of you are around Chihuahuas regularly. I feel like the most evil dogs that I've ever met in my life have all been, like, evil as fuck. And I don't know if this is just, like, a Mexican thing. Maybe all of our dogs just turn out evil for no reason. Chihuahuas are the evilest fucking dogs ever. And maybe it's because they're so small that there's more concentration of absolute rage and terror, right? But I don't know. There's something about Chihuahuas that there's so much of a level of unbridled hatred for anyone in this world. A Chihuahua can leap at you without a second of hesitation. If you breathe at a Chihuahua in the wrong way, that Chihuahua's gonna want to fucking bite your dick off, all right? But like other dogs, I feel would give you a chance, all right? Most other dogs are quite friendly, and they'd be like, you know what, you smell like a friend. But Chihuahuas, no hesitation. They got you on sight. Truly Rose Devil says, but thank you, sister. Bless your spirit. I must go. Thank you for being here. May you be blessed, and it was nice to meet you, Truly Rose Devil. Asm Immortus says, they're so fucking angry. I know, dog, and I don't even know why. I Nightmare, how are you, my dear? I know that you are dropping a lurk. I hope to see you again soon, my friend Kev. Have a good day. Breedmouse says, you aren't wrong. Thank you. Please give me a second, though. I do need to blow my nose. I feel all of the snot rattling around in my skull again, so I gotta blow my nose. Give me a moment, please. All right, I'm good. I'm all good. Thank you for waiting, even though it was just a couple seconds. As Immortus says, blowing your nose in front of Zeffy and all her audience? Damn, Maze. Listen, all right? Sometimes a bitch just got a bunch of mucus in her nose, and sometimes that's just what's gonna happen. There's, things just happen, all right? Gamer says, quality microphone. Wait, so you can hear it when I blow my nose? I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I thought Gamer was low-key kind of lying earlier when he said he could. I'm sorry, Gamer. I think what I've learned is that I need to have more faith in you, my friend. Brainross is loud and clear. No! No! Now everyone knows I blow my nose! Wait, there's more people here. Maybe I can tell this joke again. You may as well call me the Green Album because I've been Sneezer. Alright, so that was a Weezer joke. If you didn't understand, the most popular Weezer album is like the Blue Album. That's why Weezer Blue was such a meme. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. I don't think anybody cares about my stupid Weezer joke. But I do, and that's my MO, I guess. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna take a joke real quick. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Yay! Richie says, I have to get going, Lady May. It was a pleasure having Zeffy raid you into your stream. Thank you for tonight, and I'll be seeing you later. Yes, thank you very much for being here, Richie. I appreciate you for being here, and I appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you for giving me a silly little chance tonight. Thank you for giving me the chance to be your silly little nun lady. Muchas gracias, my dears. Gamer says, May, I do gotta bounce. I promised Sarah I'd watch his stream, and I'm a half hour late. Understandable, Gamer. And I hope that, Sundays are Sarah's community day, so I hope that you have a wonderful time in Sarah's community day stream, and I will see you later, my friend. Bye-bye. I am Banhammer said, remember to hydrate or thydrate. You right, brother. You right. I agree. Let me see. Ugh. I need to sit up in my chair. My short ass is struggling. Okay. I'm Just a Lamp says, I hope your day is filled with joy and full of great moments. And thank you. Same to you. I am Just a Lamp. I also hope that your day is full of joy and great moments. Speaking of which, I will say, and I was kind of waxing philosophical earlier, but earlier I was 2 hours late to stream today because one of my friends is going through a breakup, and she needed me to be there. And so I just want to say, like, if there's people in your life that they don't bring you joy instantly, remember that you only have one life, and you should be doing everything in your power to make every day something that makes you happy. And you should be surrounding yourself with people that make you happy. If there's someone in your life who isn't making you happy, don't hesitate to drop them. And that's something that I've learned in my age, and I feel like is very important for other people to learn as well. Because you only have so much to enjoy in these very short lives of ours. So I do implore you all to do things that spark joy within you every single day of your life. That's why I've been VTubing. Yeah. That's it. Orosha's Shadow Realm says, I boop your snoot respectfully. Me? Thank you, my dear. Bowtie Productions says, is the snot on the Sneezer album cover position of 4 globs equally spaced apart? Of course. Actually, I have a story to say about that. When I was in 4th grade, so my classroom position, the way that the desks were set up in my 4th grade classroom is that there was 4 desks put together faced in like little cubes. So you were always facing someone else. And there was someone beside you and there was someone diagonal of you. That's just how the desks were positioned in my 4th grade class. And I had like a little bit of a cold and I sneezed and I blew a little snot rocket out of my nose, and the way that it was described to me way back in that day was that it shot out of my nose and it went boom, jiggle, 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 splat. And so, unfortunately, the table thought that it was so funny that I blew a little snot rocket as a child that people called me Jiggle for like a year. And it was because I fucking sneezed. It wasn't for any other reason. It was because I sneezed. And my life is so hard, all right? I've had so many nicknames throughout the duration of my life that are so fucking embarrassing. And the only one I can think of right now is Jiggle. But that's just my life. That's just my life. Braymar says, that's crazy. I know. Yeah, my life fucking sucks. Dude. Anyway. Let me see here. What do I have? I always write down shit that I want to talk about for my stream. And I am so thrown off right now that I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore, dog. Paraloon says, I will be posting my confession in 2 quick messages. Oh, shit! Alright, I'm ready. Hold on. Confession time. Let's go. Okay. I'm ready. Paraloon says, last week I committed a sin of horny. Ooh! Okay, let's go. Last week I committed a sin of horny. I have been asexual my whole life. Never in a relationship have I been down bad or even felt more than sex neutral. But this month I acquired a long distance girlfriend, and she is quite freaked out individual, and I have been quite feral for this woman. This culminated last week when I purchased a controllable toy she could control. Ooh, spicy. Okay. So we played some games and we used it in a VC that was empty. Someone joined and I would become both caught. Oh no. Oh, no. So we played some games and we used it in a VC that was empty. Somebody joined and we both became caught. God. Oh, that is so humbling. And if that happened to me, quite frankly, Paraloon, I would kill myself. Dude, but that's nuts. That is honestly pretty freaked out of you, honestly. I will say this. For as crazy as an individual as I have been, I have never done, like, anything sexual in public because that's just not who the fuck I am. I am quite shy when it comes down to it, and I don't imagine myself ever doing anything in public like that, right? Even though it was VC, voice call, that is not something that I could ever foresee myself doing, and Paraloon, might I say, you might be joining the Legion of Freaks. You may be joining the Legion of Freaks. And if it's a matter of whether or not you deserve salvation or damnation, dog, I think you are your own damnation. I think the shame that you will carry from this experience is enough of a punishment, so I don't even feel the need to punish you, Paraloon. And I hope that your mental health is okay, because I would be freaking the fuck out for days on end. Orcus the Shadow Realm says, how are you? I got a notification and I saw your name and I was instantly intrigued. Thank you very much for checking me out, my friend. My name is May, as in Heavy Metal May. I am also an aspiring metal vocalist, and if you have not checked out my YouTube, my covers are there. So please do consider checking that out if you are into metal. I plan to do more covers when I can afford it. Chaos says, unsettling fact of the day. Your body is a poop gun, and eating is reloading. Consider me reloaded, dog. I'm gonna have Chinese food for dinner tonight. Orcus Shadowrem says, fellow vocalist, yes, my dear, yes. I'm still learning on being like a better screaming vocalist, but I do have a very long background of being in musical theater, so I do consider myself a better clean vocalist than I am a scream vocalist, but I do try my best either way. I appreciate you for checking me out, whether it's my YouTube covers or it's my silly little Sunday sermon that I am doing today. Let me see. How long have you been doing vocals? I've been in musical theater ever since I was like 10 or 11. I'm 26. I'm turning 27 this year. So I've been singing for like a very long time. I only got into metal like 2 years ago, a year or two ago. If you can't tell from my background, I am an ex-Catholic, and I grew up very, very sheltered. And for most of my life, I mostly just listened to like anime music and K-pop, things that my dad couldn't understand and therefore couldn't ban me from listening to. Because also like K-pop and J-pop sounded light enough to where he was like, whatever, I'm sure it's fine. But I wasn't really allowed to indulge in rock or metal or anything else. And then it came to me when I was like 24 that like I'm a fucking adult. Nobody is stopping me from doing anything. And so around 2 years ago, I started kind of attempting to broaden my music tastes, and I kind of fell into metal. And from there, I wanted to learn to do scream vocals and more, fringe vocals in general. So that's what I'm, trying to do every day. So do check out my covers. I'm trying very hard to become a better metal vocalist as well as a vocalist in general. I will say, though, I do think my cleans are better than my screams, but I am trying my best. Ray says, May, I think I'm going to take my leave now. I want to continue my school, but I'm afraid my internet data will run out. No problem, my friend. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and good luck at your uni today, my dear. Bye! Orcus says, I can relate. Fair enough, brother. I mean, there's something that's like really interesting about screaming and getting into metal vocals that my friend Okami, who was here, I'm not sure if she's still here. She's the one who talked about accidentally farting on a chihuahua. Okami is also another small VTuber. And she is an incredible metal vocalist. She's a lot better and can teach the ways of metal vocals much better than I can. So Okami, if you're here, please quickly type something so that everyone can check you out as well, because Okami is another metal vocalist. She's even better than I am. She is an incredible metal vocalist, so I wholly recommend checking her out. Her name is Okami Darakino. She's right there in the chat. Please do consider checking her out if you're into metal or metal vocalists. She's absolutely brutal. She's fucking awesome, and she rocks. I'm still getting there. I'm working on it. But I'll get there eventually. Paraloon says, the person that caught me was luckily also very freaked out individual too, and she just laughed when she heard buzzing. Dude, that would fucking kill me. I've never done anything sexual in public, but that would still make me want to blow myself up like to the moon. I would be packing myself in a box and putting myself on a rocket ship, blasting myself past Mars so that they couldn't ever retrieve the spaceship, and I would just be floating out into the ether forever and ever. I don't think I could handle that. I'm very fragile, and I would die. Paraluna says, I have followed Okami. Yay! Thank you very much for checking out, my friends. Okami says, I've been screaming for 12 years with weird and demonic vocals. I wish I was half the metal vocalist that you are, Okami, but I'm trying my best every day. Paraluna says, I was unable to speak for so long. I was freaking out. I would also die, my dear. I mean, something that some of my chatters have been making fun of me for a while of is I told them a couple months ago that I was catching up on some BL while I was at my partner Church IT Tech's house, at his family house. And I just so happened to be catching up on my BL on the couch right beside Grandma. Which, like, in my defense, there was no freaky shit happening. It was just like a fluff chapter, and that's why I was comfortable reading it, alright? And if Grandma has a problem with me reading some gay shit, then that's on her, and not on me. But she didn't fucking see, but everyone has been ragging on me for reading BL in front of Grandma, which it was not porn, it was just romance, alright? Not a problem. Tyrone Hambone says, your tip for fry screaming has helped me. Oh, yeah! I'm glad to hear it, my friend. I'm glad it's working out for you, Tyrone Hambone. Yay! Paraloon says, BL is fire, though. Privacy screen is needed. I have never in my life owned a privacy screen. In my whole life. Because I don't know, I guess I'm shameless, I suppose? Like, if you look over my shoulder and you don't like something that I'm reading, that's your fucking problem, dog, not mine. Brainrot says, BL in front of Grandma's wild. I don't think it's that wild. I don't think it's that wild because it was just fluff. It wasn't porn, all right? I'm in my defense. Katsum said, God, I wish nuns were real. I'm right here. I'm right here, I promise. But how are you, Katsum, my dear? I hope you're having a good day. Orch's Shadowrum says, my fry screams are trash, but false chords are disgusting in my opinion. Fuck yeah. I feel like I'm also better at false chord than fry screaming, but no, I'll get there. I am working on a Pierce the Veil cover, so I kind of have to get used to fry screaming. Parallel says, the privacy screen was life-changing. No more covering my phone, no more being shy. I mean, I don't know. Hey, listen, read on a smaller font size. Parallel says, Grandma would also like BL. She ain't a grandma for no reason. Jeez. Orcus says, I can get Alex terrible low. Ooh, fuck yeah. Tyrone says, Pierce the Veil cover. Bog. Yeah, I'm working on it with Cully VT. Culloden Unicorn. She's a Scottish unicorn VTuber and is very cool. I don't know when the cover will come out. But it'll get there eventually. It'll get there eventually. Let me see. Katsum says, oh, hi, May, the most beautiful and wonderful nun in my life. Love you, hun. You're a wonderful individual. No matter how much we fuck with you, you're great at games. Go and be you, queen. You'll get it done, and we love you. Mwah. Why are you being nice to me today? I feel like everyone's being really nice to me today, and it's kind of freaking me out. What's going on? What did I do? I promise I'm the same May as I am yesterday. Orch's Shadowrum says, can I ask a clean singing question? Of course! I am always here to help. Paralun says, oh shoot, my GF is live. I must go support her. Have a great night, May. Thank you for showing up for a little while, Paralun, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day with your girlfriend. Bye, Paralun! See you later! Okami says, easy way to fry from false. Compress your stomach as if you try to poo and slowly let your false chord scream go more compressed than normal. Boom, fry. You know what? Fair enough. I'll have to try it later. I will imagine shitting my pants the next time that I have to fry scream, Okami, and I will think of you, my darling. Anyway. What was your clean singing question, Orches? Because I do think I'm a better clean vocalist than a scream vocalist. And also, please give me a moment. I'm going to have another sip of my matcha because it's probably going to get quite warm if I don't start chugging it soon. Oh no, it's already warm. No! It was fucking nasty because it was warm. No, my matcha. I took too long to drink it. Anyway. Orochi's Shadow Realm says, I've only had 2 singing lessons, but for me and my problem, belting or adding grit and trying to avoid going flat. Also, how can I find my vocal range? Vocal range, I feel you can figure out by doing your daily warm-ups. And when you start to feel so realistically, when you're singing, you shouldn't be feeling your muscles doing too much of the heavy lifting here. You should kind of just be letting your voice come out. So finding your vocal range, do your best to just like sing, your normal scales as you would when you're warming up. And when you start feeling your throat, the muscles within your throat tense, and you find it a little bit harder to reach your notes, that's kind of when you're getting to the end of like your natural range. Then you'll kind of get into your mixed range, your head voice, and falsettos. Those are all slightly different. But your bass range would typically be like when you start feeling the strain of your muscles when you're singing. Glee says, do you do reactions? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, if you're talking about like reaction video content, not so much. But I do. I usually do whatever. I mostly play games and do karaoke's and do my regular Sunday yapping sermons here. Oro just says, I want to say that I'm a tenor. Okay. I mean, do your vocal warm-ups, and there's plenty of YouTube videos out there where you can kind of follow along with them, and when you start feeling the strain in your muscles and your voice, that is when you're kind of reaching the top of your range and the bottom of your range. So do follow along with one of those videos. Oh, thank you for the outfit change. I'm glad you think my ceremonial outfit is so beautiful. Welcome to the church, God Killer. I hope you have a nice stay here in my church. Thank you for being here. Okami says, today I was finally able to have a girl voice. 5 years of practice finally started to pay. Yay! I'm very glad to hear that, and I hope you're able to get more and more confident with your voice, Okami. That's wonderful news. I'm very happy to hear it. One of my friends, actually, has recently transitioned, and she wants to go shopping with me tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited. I get very excited about, like, helping people, you know, shop and feel more comfortable with themselves. So I am very happy to hear that you're getting more comfortable with your voice, Okami. Orochi says, any warm-ups you recommend? I have, like, zero experience with singing. There's, you know, the regular scales. That kind of thing. Do it with different vowels. Go up and down the scale. If you want to practice making your breath support longer, practice breathing through your diaphragm as often as you possibly can. And then when you are doing your scales, you could also go like, so try to consistently keep your lips buzzing, because keeping your lips vibrating and buzzing takes more breath support than regular singing would. So if you want to make your breath support better, then you should buzz through your lips as often as you can. And then also, if you feel like if your voice is starting to get closed up and tired when you're singing, do a quick little, and let me back away from my mic when I do this. Because doing a quick little, like, you know, almost slide whistle noise with your voice can kind of help open you back up a little bit. There's some more singing like tips that I have in my arsenal that I'm just not thinking of right now. But those are some of my base tips. And work on your breath support as often as you're able to. Try breathing through your diaphragm, which is a big muscle in your tummy, as often as you can. Chaotic Karma says, thank you for streaming for us, May. It's a nice place to relax and have some fun. It's nice to have a place to ignore the world for a bit. You're the best. Oh, what a scallop. Thank you very much, my friend. That is very kind of you to say. Love says, this church, you can't sing. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. This is my church. I could do whatever the fuck I want, dog. That's why I do karaoke. Perloon says, I remembered. I have dual monitors and I have returns. Okay. Well, welcome back, Perloon. But also, go, do whatever you want, girl. No pressure on being here, my dear. But thank you for being here. Love says, why does your mouth so look out of place? Because I have a lot of them and I like my mouths. They're very interesting, I think.
Hello.
Also scrolling up because I know I missed a message here. Katsum says, May 2026 has been utter shit already. I'm very sorry to hear that, and I'm praying that it gets better for you as soon as possible. If I can't make sure that your first month is better than mine, then I don't deserve to be here. So before we absolutely call you shit at games for motivation purposes, we gotta let you know that we love you and that you're not shit at games. Really? Yay! I'll take it. I'll take any compliments that I can get. Oh, thank you very much for the resub, Paraloon. That's very kind of you. Thank you for supporting my church. I appreciate you very much. Okami says, fun fact, the diaphragm is a smooth muscle and it can't be used at will. So we need to use our core, stomach side, and low back to move it. That's a good point, Okami! I think just kind of saying diaphragm is more understandable for people in general. But you are correct. The diaphragm is a smooth muscle and cannot be used at will. You gotta use pretty much your whole lower body when you're singing with your diaphragm. But anyways, Karma says, and they're back. Orca says, I'm free from ads. Welcome back, my dear. I know you were asking for singing and diaphragm advice. What is the last thing you heard from me so I can kind of circle back if you need? And I will take another sip of my water here. Thank you very much for the reminder, Love37. Okay. I've had my water. I heard the burr. Yes. Okay, so whoa, ow. Thank you, dear. Dimensional Curse says a diaphragm diagram. Okay, so as I said, like with singing, breath support is super important. It's very important for getting a good tone. the better that you're able to breathe, the better you'll be able to carry your notes. So practice breathing, with your stomach muscles, your diaphragm, as often as you can, because the more breath support you have, the better you can hold your notes. Also, if you're practicing breath support as well, doing your scales while you're warming up by buzzing your lips, that forces you to use more air while you're singing and can help you with your breath support. Yeah. Orcha says, how I visualize using the diaphragm is like taking a big shit with screaming. Yeah, pretty much, brother. That's all you gotta worry about. My voice cracks a lot with singing, and you will find a way past it. I've been singing for a very long time, throughout elementary and middle, because I did theater for like school and then outside of school programs and stuff. But you will get there. Let me get on my singing soapbox here. If you feel like you can't sing but you want to sing, you just have to start practicing. And so my partner, Church IT Tech, he is not a singer, but we do this thing where we're like meow songs. If you guys remember like the Billie Eilish meow 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 meme, we do that a lot, but like with any song. I feel so like something about the vowels, the E-O-W kind of vowel sound kind of opens up your throat a lot. And I've noticed in the years that we've been together, he's become a lot better at holding tunes just because we meow songs all the time. So that could also be something that you practice. Practice meowing whatever fucking song you want. And you'll eventually get better at recognizing how to place those notes in your head. And the E-O-W sound actually does a very good job at opening up your throat for a sound. So, hey! Frangie says, hey, man, do you know that ducks fart with their butt quacks? You said that one yesterday, Frangie, but how are you, my dear? Orcha says, meows in pedal. You know what? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Heirloom says, I must meow to sing good. We must all become good little boys and cat girls, because that is how we become better at singing. Indeed, indeed. Meow, 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 meow. But that's also just me. And I just like kitties. Anyway. I Am Banhammer says, fun fact, Vincent Van Gogh could have a Coca-Cola, which is so fucking weird. So I think a lot about how like Coca-Cola and like Nintendo have been around technically since like the 1800s. That's so fucking long ago. That's crazy. If you guys did not know, Nintendo actually started as a company being like a playing card company. And they've been around for a very long time. And it's very interesting. Franji says, I'm okay though, I have a migraine at work. No! I'm sorry to hear that, my dear. I will be praying that your migraine goes away as soon as freaking possible. Praying, praying, praying. And having a sippy of water as well. Meow, 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 meow. Sorry, I don't know why I have Weezer in my head today. I've made my Weezer joke twice, and now I'm meowing Buddy Holly at you, so sorry. Warsha says, you may are respectfully adorable. Me? I'm just a little nun girl, but thank you for thinking so. Speaking of which, maybe I should switch back to my regular nun outfit and because it is about to be like 2 hours here. That is usually my usual Sunday sermon time. So let me see here. Let me, boop, regular nun look time. And also, boop, let me take my cat ears away to just give you a picture of what the usual May looks like. Orcha says, do you have a Discord? Of course! I was about to list all that kind of stuff anyway. Here's my Discord for you, my friend. If you were here for the very first time today, hey, my name was May, as in Heavy Metal May. I am an aspiring metal vocalist. Please do consider checking out my covers. You are not required to do so, of course, but I try my best to be confident in my singing, so if you like that kind of thing, do check it out. I also just linked my Discord server, so if you liked the vibe here in my on my stream, you'll probably like the vibe in my Discord server as well, because I do my best to be as active there as possible. I also have merch. I think it's pretty cool. I made it myself. I'm doing my best with my silly little fourth wall store, and I am also an official partner of AdvancedGG. So please feel free to use the code PRAY for 10% off of any order on AdvancedGG. And what else? I got a bunch of other social medias, such as Twitter, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I try to post there as often as I can, and I do my best to be active across all social medias. I am still a pretty small VTuber, you know, in the wider scheme of things. So I appreciate so many of you for coming from Zeffy's stream and for checking me out, because I know, you know, raiding into some random fucking girl, it can be strange sometimes, but I appreciate those who stuck around and got to know me a little bit. You guys are very kind, and I appreciate you all very much. Let me see here. What else do I have? Nutstacks. Sorry, I called you Nutsacks. Nutstack says, "What vegetables do priests eat? Let us eat." Okay, of course. Amen, Nutstack. Amen. Okami says, another fun fact, where say 95% of people learn how to sing in the world can sing. 100% of people can learn how to scream as we do it when we're babies. That's true. Anyway, my friends, let me look here at someone to raid you guys out to. As we are towards the end of our silly little stream, let me see. I want to see if any of my friends are doing special events, because a lot of my friends this weekend have been doing either debuts or just special events in general. So let me see here. Let me see what I got going on. Oh, hi, Egg. I'm sorry. You caught me just as I was about to start wrapping up for the day. I apologize, my dear. But I promise so actually, I should have said this before. I stream 4 nights a week. I try my very best to be here Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, or Saturdays, and always Sunday. So Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday are days that I always stream, and then Fridays or Saturdays are interchangeable depending on the weekend. This upcoming week, it will be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday. So hopefully I see you guys all again very, very soon. And let me see here. Who do we got today? Meow, 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 meow. What kind of game do I think you guys would like? Let me see. I know that Sero is doing a community game night. I know Iguana is doing Claire Obscure. Egg says, have I joined too yet? I'm so sorry, friend. You did hop in right as I was about to say bye, and I do apologize. But I will be back here on Tuesday. I promise. I think I will raid you guys out to... I think I will raid you guys out to Sero, because he is another very small, small VTuber, and he is another, angel/nun kind of look. He's a very, very lovely and genuine person, so I hope you guys can enjoy his stream, and he is doing a community game night, so maybe you guys could play a game with him as well. So I'll raid you guys out to there. And again, thank you very much for checking me out today. I know it can be like weird checking out a new person, but thank you all very much for checking me out today. And I'm very appreciative of all of you who chose to stick around. And I have to like get on my knees and start crying in front of Zephyriana later, because I have no idea how the fuck she knows I exist. So I'm gonna like cry as soon as this ends. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for checking me out. I have been May, as in Heavy Metal May, and I do hope that you'll see me again. So, yeah. Oh, also, when you head out to Seraphim Burning Choir, do let him know that I sent you by give him a little nun raid message, copy and paste, as many times as you'd like, and I will see you guys again soon. So, bye! See you later! I love you all, and bye! Bye, bye, bye! I'll see you later! Corpse God said, I just got here, I'm sorry! But I'll see you again soon, Corpse! Goodbye! Bye!